welcome to Social Studies. I apologize because something happened with the video before, so I'm filming again this part. Alright, so hello, welcome to Social Studies. Today we're going to talk about living in the countryside in 1820. So we already talked about a little bit about how people live in the countryside during the different seasons. Now we're going to go more in deep with what they do, what they actually and how they live in during the different seasons. All right. So first, we're going to talk about children. You are someone that normally goes to school. You play with your friends, and you have what is for you a normal life. However, in 1820, the normal life was to help parents in the fields. Children, they don't go to school because school is non-mandatory, and they help their parents in the fields. So if you are a child during the 1820s, that means you need to stay with your parents and help them in the fields. Let's talk about the house and the countryside during the 1820s. Houses are made of stone, and they, as you can see in the picture just right here, you see that the ceiling is actually an inclined plane. All right, why do you think that's an inclined plane? Why do you think the roof is an inclined plane? Because we don't want snow during winter to accumulate. So that's very important to see those kind of houses during the 1820s. As well, you can see big windows, and there's a specific architecture for those houses during the 1820s. You can still see those houses right now, even close to your house. For example, if I know a lot of you live in Saint-Lambert, you can see those houses close to, they look like, sorry, I forgot the word in English, but they look like a chalet. And yes, you can see all those different houses here in Quebec. Now, what can we see inside the house? Well, inside the house, we have normally big families. On a vraiment de grosses familles. Those big families, a lot of them live in the same house, but they don't have that much things because they live in the countryside and they practice agriculture. So they're not considered very rich. Ils ne sont pas considérés comme des personnes vraiment riches. Okay, in the picture, what can we see? We can see some tables, we can see some chairs. In this one, we can see actually a wardrobe, just right here, une armoire. And we can see just in this side, some beds. So you can have beds, chairs, maybe one table, a wardrobe, a chest and coffre, but as well, you can see the stove. The stove is very important because it heats the house. Donc la poêle, elle est très importante parce que elle va réchauffer la maison. All right? Let's go with the next thing. What do they do normally? Well, they actually like to play cards, they like to dance, they like to sing, and during winter, they will go skate. All right? So those are some of the activities they do during normal times. And after that, they just work. Okay. Now in 1820, we're going to talk about the economic activities. On va parler des activités économiques. But what is an economic activity? Qu'est-ce qu'une activité économique? Well, first, the economy is what a territory does to create wealth. Donc, c'est ce qu'un territoire va faire pour créer des biens et aussi pour créer des ressources et avoir des ressources. Thanks to that, grâce à ça, we can have what we have here. We can have money. All right? So, we need economic activities. On a besoin des activités économiques. Those economic activities will help the territory grow in terms of wealth. So what is the most important economic activity in 1820? Well, it's agriculture. L'agriculture était très importante en 1820. Agriculture is the practice of farming, and it includes cultivating the soil. Donc ça, on parle vraiment de être dans la ferme et surtout de cultiver le sol. So agriculture is very important. Why? Because here in the St. Lawrence River, close to the St. Lawrence River, the St. Lawrence lowlands, the soil is very fertile. Donc le sol est vraiment fertile, vraiment, vraiment, vraiment fertile. So you can actually plant a lot of stuff and those stuff are going to grow. So let's have a look at what they can grow exactly. They can grow wheat, barley, oat. And they use a lot of fertilizers. Donc il y a beaucoup de céréales qui sont cultivées pendant les années 1820. Donc ils peuvent vraiment utiliser ces céréales pour nourrir la population. And as the last thing that I'm going to talk about is how agriculture is done during the 1820s. Donc l'agriculture, elle se fait d'une façon vraiment intéressante. We're going to talk about crop rotation. Donc on va parler de la rotation des cultures. How does it work? Well, let's pretend that you have 3 spaces. Tu as vraiment 3 espaces. 1 year and une année, you're going to cultivate, let's say, you're going to cultivate potatoes, all right? Donc cette année, tu vas cultiver des patates. The next year or the next season, les patates, tu vas les cultiver dans la deuxième terre, dans le deuxième espace. Mais le premier espace, il est en train de se régénérer. D'accord? Alors, the first year you planted potatoes. The second year you're going to plant potatoes in the second space, but the first space is going to be in process of regenerating. The third year, la troisième année, you're going to plant potatoes in the third space. Tu vas faire les patates dans le troisième espace. Mais dans les 2 autres espaces, le premier espace, il est presque prêt avec plein de nutriments. Le deuxième, il est en train de se régénérer. Le troisième te donne des patates. The third one is giving you potatoes. So that means that next year, actually you can go back and plant potatoes in the first space, and in the second space, a lot of nutrients, and in the third space, well, it's still regenerating, and then the cycle goes back and it goes in a circle, so always your soil is going to be ready. Ton sol il va toujours être prêt pour pouvoir cultiver. So I hope you understood a little bit more about agriculture and living in the countryside in 1820 in social studies today. Thanks.